campaign. But the UWS2 season goes a little bit longer than the UWS first team season does, as final team talks are underway here. And final huddle situations. This music continues to play over the stadium. Last preparations taking place here. Grand Haven Admirals come out of their huddle early. Gonna march over into their positions. Grand Haven Admirals coming in this one have scored 7 goals, conceded 11 so far. Not that great when you have a negative goal difference, especially if you're trying to go out and win anything. But they've shown improvement. Their last match was a 3-0 victory over AFC Plymouth. And now they're here at Keyworth Stadium, one of the most hallowed grounds in U.S. soccer, to take on the Detroit City FC women's reserve side. As Detroit City FC now comes out of their huddle, referees doing their final checks with the 4th official, both coaches. Center referee walking out. Take her place in the middle of the field to officiate this one. Line judges getting in position. Ball boys stocked up on what they need to keep this match going. These fans are going to be trickling in all match as they prepare for the second match of this doubleheader. Sure to catch that one statewide broadcast if you're in Michigan, or YouTube if you're outside of the state. Referee making sure everyone's ready to go here before we get underway. And we are off here at Keyworth Stadium, UWS League 2. Grand Haven Admirals beginning this one by passing around the back. Quick interception there from Detroit City FC. Singstock try to get on the end of that one. Starting in the midfield today for Detroit City FC, pretty interesting. Madison Selzenstein, who of course was 2021 Mrs. Soccer in the state of Michigan. She was given that award officially for Detroit City FC's men's first team match against Chattanooga at halftime. They brought her out, brought her family out. Of course, she plays in the Detroit City FC youth setup, and this is her first appearance for Detroit City FC so far this season, and committed to Western Michigan University to play her soccer there. Some college ball. She said it was unreal and quite emotional to receive the Mrs. Soccer award after her and Detroit Country Day teammates won states, and Detroit City FC there looked to try to get something on the turn, unable to do so. Now the Grand Haven Admirals have it back in the midfield. See if the heat does play a factor today. Like I said, it's sunny out, not a lot of clouds, but very humid down there on the field. And, of course, that turf, whatever it is in the sky, it's about 10, 15 degrees hotter on the field. All those pebbles making things a little bit hotter. Throw in on the far side of the Admirals. It's going to be taken by Lauren Peterson. Getting the start today for the Admirals, part of that back line. Throws it right to the Detroit City FC midfield. Selzenstein there trying to cause a ruckus and making a impression in her very first start for Le Rouge. Lillian Lucas bodied off the ball on that one. Admirals here have a chance to break. Intercepted there. Going forward now. Bella Sabana looking up. Tries to find Lillian Lucas. It was a good through ball. Good speed on that one. Just a little bit too centralized for what Lillian Lucas would have hoped for on that one. Lillian Lucas, of course, Plymouth, Michigan. Saba there. Singstock, a really good touch there by Singstock to keep it in play. Tried to find her teammate Adriana Morales on the far side. Just goes out of play for another Admirals throw in. So far, 2.5 minutes in, all the possession has been the way of Le Rouge. It'll go out for another Admirals throw in. Some space here in the midfield for the Admirals. Tried to find one of those wingers bombing forward, unable to do so. The throw-in will be taken on this near side by Brooke Honeycutt, who, of course, scored the first goal in front of fans here at Keyworth Stadium for Detroit City FC's UWS first team in that 2-1 win over the Muskegon Risers. Seems like forever ago, back in May, but it was a historic night for women's soccer in the city of Detroit. Ball played forward. Singstock to get a touch onto it. Unable to control it and corral it in, though. Admirals seem to be comfortable playing these passes between their back line. So far, they've been composed on the ball, but the risk of playing football in that manner is, one turnover. The other team's basically through on goal. But they usually don't play that style of football unless they're confident in their abilities to stay composed on the ball. As Honeycutt throws it in, tries to find Singstock, but instead finds Justine Bronkhorst. Good win there, Leah Courtney. Salzenstein unable to corral that one in. Tori Singstock leading the line for Detroit City FC. Of course, scored the first ever goal for the Detroit City FC women's setup last year in what was essentially a friendly against Midwest United in that 2-1 loss out on the west side of the state. Historic goal. And the most crucial part of Detroit City FC's UWS2 attack is Tori Singstock with 4 goals and 1 assist in her appearances so far for this side. In leagues like this where you see a lot of substitutions in this, you can come off and come back on. It's hard to have a concentration of goals from 1 or 2 people, but Tori Singstock's carrying the torch as the main threat for Detroit City FC's attack so far this season. Sarah Hammond touches it forward. Trying to get something going out of the back here for Detroit City FC. Nearly a turnover that might cost them. Saba with a good touch in the midfield. Found back again. Now it's Lillian Lucas. Plays it across. Brooke Honeycutt here is making a good run. Just unable to be found over the top. But now, as Salzenstein tried to find her over there, unable to do so. Salzenstein, of course, like I mentioned, just finished high school not too long ago. Committed to Western Michigan University. Was Detroit Country Day's first ever winner of the Mrs. Soccer Award. That ball bounces into the stands here. That ball boy's going to have to climb a fence if he wants to grab that one. Lucas now back to goal. Good touch. Honeycutt. Pushed off the ball there was the Oakland University Golden Grizzly. Now Admirals have a chance to break here. Ball turned over right back to Lillian Lucas. The referee's going to blow her whistle. That'll be the first foul of the match. It'll go against the Grand Haven Admirals. It was a foul on Lillian Lucas, who did well to win the ball back. Ball forward now. Singstock tried to get something on that one as Lucas wins it back in the midfield. A little bit harder to see the player numbers from this side of the pitch. Good chance here for Detroit City FC. Singstock made a good run forward. Just too much traffic in the box on that one. It'll be into the hands of Michaela Johnson, who's starting in net tonight for the Grand Haven Admirals. Does well to blast it forward, but Isabella Sabo takes a touch. Headed on. Forward again to Singstock with her back to goal. Does well to turn and find her teammate bombing up that far side. Just unable to get it out there to Isabella Sabo, who's making a good run along that far side touch line. Grand Blanc, Michigan. Acadia Murphy, number 55 for Detroit City FC. Her first ever start, first ever appearance for Detroit City FC's UWS2 side. Dexter High School, committed to Ball State University, she has, so congratulations to her on that. Also played for the Michigan Hawks. Seems to be the MO for the Admirals so far with goal kicks. Michaela Johnson, just have her kind of drop kick it up and There looks like 2 subs already going to come in here for the Grand Haven Admirals. Usually see that in UWS2. We, I don't know, let's call it like flowing substitutions. You can come off and come back on as many times as you like. So see coaches take advantage of that, and we're seeing it early in this one as the Admirals have a strike from outside the area. Doesn't really beat the traffic, and Lucas now gets pushed off the ball. Referee says that was clear. Admirals here could be in behind. A right-footed strike comes in and hits the side netting. Hammond would have seen that one all the way. And we already have, looks like 3 subs now coming in for the Grand Haven Admirals. Only 9 minutes into this one. It's very much like college soccer in a lot of ways, where you can, come off and come back on. We often see college soccer rosters be 35 to 40 names long because of this. A lot of people have opinions as, does that ruin the game? Does it kind of hinder some of these players, not really teach them how to, when to make runs. They can kind of just run around as much as they want, come off, get a few minutes on the bench, and then come back. So, as a commentator, it's not the easiest thing in the world to watch, but keeps a lot of the players happy, allows more kids to play the sport, so it's good here. But 3 substitutes enter for the Admirals. Coach George Easter over there on the far touchline. Going to go out of play. George Easter, of course, formerly of Livonia City FC. Head coach of that women's team. Says it's an honor to be a part of the Detroit City FC coaching staff. Been a fan of the club for a while, has George Easter, so cool to see him part of this setup. Edge of the area. Admirals try to get a strike off. Unable to do so. Lucas now does a good job to find Saba, who takes a really good touch inside. She would have looked up. She would have seen Salzenstein making a run on this near side. Unable to do so. Now the Admirals are back in business. Going to go out of play for a throw-in deep in Detroit City FC's half. A little bit of shade now over Keyworth Stadium. Throw it into the box. Dealt with, as of right now, with the Detroit City FC back line. Few touches. Salzenstein unable to really corral that one in. Singstock does well to turn her defender. And now finds Lucas with her back to goal. Lillian Lucas plays it forward. Really, really good stuff this from Detroit City FC. Nearly through on goal. And just unable to really get a few touches on it by herself. That would have been Adriana Mraz. Really good play there from Detroit City FC to kind of play that out of the back. Get it to Singstock, who found Lucas, who tried to find Mirage. There's not really enough speed on it, but also Mirage is being closed down by both Grand Haven center backs. Singstock now back to goal, does well to turn her defender. Tori Singstock's going to have a right-footed strike into the hands of Michaela Johnson. Singstock, like I said, she fancies herself as the best attacker in the Detroit City FC team, but she had Salzenstein, the young Salzenstein, up with her. Square that one. That would have been 1-0, but strikers always fancy themselves to score on opportunities like that. I don't blame her. It was a really good chance. Angle wasn't too bad as well. Good job there by Mirage. Dispossessed, then fights for it, and it goes out of play for a Grand Haven Admirals throw-in to be taken by Lauren Peterson. Minutes into this one. Grand Haven Admirals coaching staff not too pleased with what they've been seeing so far. From their perspective, though, it's still 0-0. They've kind of weathered an early Detroit City FC storm here. Going to call a foul against Detroit City FC. Two really decent chances carved out there by the Detroit City FC midfield. Mirage as well to get a touch on that one. Now Singstock has some space. She's just going to kind of kick a foot up at it, and Salzenstein's going to try to run over and keep this one in. Nearly did there. Salzenstein now. Ball through the legs of the Admirals center back, and then Brooke Honeycutt unable to control that one, but it'll stay down here for Detroit City FC throw-in. Honeycutt forward. Now into the midfield, Lillian Lucas. Lillian Lucas made some Detroit City FC history of her own, scoring the first ever goal for the women's side at Keyworth Stadium. As now Admirals look to be through here. Number 19 for the Admirals cuts inside, takes a left-footed strike right at Sarah Hammond, who gets down well to snuff out that danger. And this game stays at 0-0. A really good job there from Kylie Adams to get that shot off in the first place. One of the substitutes in this one. Singstock found over the top. Going to have a little bit of pressure on her. Thought Mirage was going to continue her run. Goes out of play for another Grand Haven Admirals throw-in. Some coaching going on down there by the Grand Haven Admirals head coach. Just asking his team to not stop playing. See another substitute here for the Admirals as number 5, Gracie Polson, makes way. To be replaced by number 22, Madison Holloway. Throw in now for Detroit City FC right in front of the Grand Haven Admirals bench. Singstock does well to control that one. Maintain possession here. Spins, cuts inside. Right-footed effort from Singstock. Just too much near post on that one. Be a goal kick now to the Admirals. Michaela Johnson, of course, doing well to get a hand on Singstock's last opportunity to keep this match level. Lillian Lucas wins the header in the midfield. Nearly won back there by Miraz. One goes out of play for Grand Haven Admirals. Throw in Detroit City FC's half, just in their half. Lillian Lucas wins the ball back and has bodies forward. Salzenstein now. Good touch inside. Tries to find Morales over the top. Maybe just a little bit too excited on that one. Definitely making an impression for her first time in Rouge and Gold for Detroit City FC. Seems very lively and up for this one. Of course, been a whirlwind couple of months for her, graduating high school, winning Mrs. Soccer, winning states with Detroit Country Day, and now getting her first ever start for Detroit City FC. Mentioned Lillian Lucas scoring the first ever goal for the Detroit City FC women's side at Keyworth Stadium. That was against Lansing United, and that, I believe it was called the Keyworth Showcase Bubble. I don't really call it a tournament, friendly tournament, if you will. Then afterwards, she tweeted a photo of her as a kid. I believe it was in 2012, supporting the team at Cass Tech, to then scoring the first goal for the women's team. That's what it's all about. That's what the owners and co-founders were looking to do with a club like DCFC, and that was sort of proof of the pudding that they had done it. She continues to impress for the side. Shot comes in. Sarah Hammond does well to make the save. Try to get a 1-2 going there. It's a turnover, though, and Admiral's going to play a ball into the box. Good defending there, only as far as Sabo, who clears it away. Good job there by Lillian Lucas to win the ball back, and now Detroit City FC knocking on the door here. Ball played forward, going to be comfortably collected by Michaela Johnson. Lillian Lucas does well to win the ball there. Been really involved so far, the Detroit City FC midfielder. Sabo now, ball forward. Salzenstein nearly was through there, but a really crucial interception there from Carly Wagaski. Sabo. Back to Sabo again. Good 1-2 there from Detroit City FC. Trying to switch the play now. Good 1-2. Miraz again involved with that one. Some space here to get a ball into the box. Left-footed ball in. Just over, and it'll go out for Grand Haven Admirals goal kick. Another substitute here for the Admirals. George Easter looks to be readying 2 substitutes himself over there on that far side touch line. Maybe number 26, Allie Adams, that makes way for the visitors. Admirals now trying to find a ball over the top. That one only as far as Kieran Mays does well to win it back, but now it goes the other way in the midfield. Trying to step up to it. There was Mays, who wins the ball back that time. Miraz now tried to find Singstock, who wasn't really making the run. Now we see 2 Detroit City FC substitutions getting ready as another Grand Haven Admiral substitution is about to take place. Looks like Lillian Lucas and Adriana Miraz are coming off for Le Rouge. Being replaced by Allison Steglitz from Ann Arbor, Michigan. One of them, the other one unable to see, but Steglitz here immediately involved in the action. Selzenstein there trying to set up a 1-2 situation. Going to go out for Detroit City FC throw-in. On this very near side, Brooke Honeycutt takes it. Good ball, and maybe a little bit too much speed on that one as Sydney Smith has to chase it. It'll go out for a Grand Haven Admirals throw-in. Sydney Smith played her high school soccer at Salem High School, currently a Western Michigan University Bronco, so Madison Selzenstein will be a teammate of hers. Tori Singstock does well to get past the Admirals defender. It'll just puts it over the net, though. It'll be another goal kick for the Admirals. Kimberly Siebert comes on to replace Adriana Miraz. Kimberly Siebert's first appearance for this Detroit City FC UWS2 side. Decent amount of Western Michigan University Broncos on this Detroit City FC side. That'll help someone like Madison Selzenstein settle into that team once she joins up with everybody and Kalamazoo. Good job here from Honeycutt there to pounce on that opportunity. Takes a right-footed effort. Of course, we know Brooke Honeycutt has that shot in her locker. Scored one very similar to that against AFC Corktown here in that 2-2 draw at Keyworth Stadium. That was the first match at home for this UWS2 side of Detroit City FC. We saw Brooke Honeycutt and Hannah Becker score very similar goals. Honeycutt's being the late equalizer that got Detroit City FC a point in that one. Turnover here in a dangerous position for Detroit City FC, and now Grand Haven Admirals looking to break. Looks like Brooke Honeycutt's going to be the one to defend that one. Will go out for a Detroit City FC goal kick. That was Madison Holloway who was pressuring her on that one. You see another substitute here for the Grand Haven Admirals is number 25, Lauren Peterson's going to come out of this one. Being replaced by number 4, Hayden Trowbridge. Singstock back to goal. Plays it forward. Sydney Smith is going to find Steglitz there, who just had too heavy of a first touch. But now won back nearly by Sydney Smith. But one again in the midfield. Every time the Admirals look like they might have something going out of the back, Detroit City FC's midfield steps up. They win the ball back. Selzenstein, good right-footed ball to find her teammate, and then the run as well to complete the 1-2. Selzenstein plays it back into Isabella Sabo. Beats her defender. Right-footed effort from outside the area. Not really too much on that one. They'll go out for another goal kick. Grand Haven Admirals coach is going to need a bottle of water or two. He's been talking all match, trying to coach his team and make them aware of the threat Speaking of threat, the Detroit City FC poses. Tori Singstock here tried to keep that one in. Unable to do so. Did well to win the ball back. Goes out for yet another Grand Haven Admirals goal kick. Plan's been the same on every goal kick so far. Just kind of blast it forward as far as you can and hope your team wins the first header. Good little triangle there from the Admirals, who then turn the ball over. Sydney Smith's going to get on the end of this one. Have a defender to beat. Does well to do so. Cuts inside. Tries to find Tori Singstock. But that attack is snuffed out by Addison Pants. Sarah Hammond goes back to pick that one up. Still a 0-0 scoreline here after 24 minutes. Fairly even match in terms of chances, but I would say Detroit City FC has dominated the play so far. Had those two Tori Singstock opportunities, but every time Admirals have something in the midfield, it seems like it's Singstock, Sabo, or Salzenstein who win the ball back and get something going for Detroit City FC. As you see Honeycutt taking the throw in on this near side. As well to find Allison Steglitz, who then cuts inside. Finds Salzenstein, who goes back to Sabo. Steglitz now. Left-footed effort. Just unable to find the target on that one. Goes out of play for another Grand Haven Admirals goal kick. So far, Michaela Johnson's been super busy, not so much with saves, but with goal kicks and clearances. No corners yet for either side. Only one or two fouls between the two in this game. Go out for a throw in on this near side. Salzenstein now. Good ball into Murphy. Sydney Smith tried to get it into Steglitz there. Turnover now. It's the substitute that plays it forward, Hayden Trowbridge. He's going to find Madison Holloway. Madison Holloway does well to starve off the pressure and get something going for her side. A few people down in the midfield there. Tori Singstock can get on the end of this one. Does well to cut in. Finds Sabo. Has her head up, looking for a player to lay the ball off to. Steglitz now. Leah Courtney lays it forward. Smith there does well. Driving inside of the box now. Right-footed ball in. It'll be the first corner of the match. Will go the way of Detroit City FC. It'll be a corner on that far side. I believe Sydney Smith is looking for Salzenstein, who was free and unmarked in the box. Looks like it will be Sid Smith who's going to walk over to take that corner. Queuing up for it now in the box. Ball played in. Headed on. But just takes two bounces out of play. It'll be a goal kick for the Admirals. So we see Detroit City FC substitution now. And two more substitutions for the Admirals. Going to be Singstock who's replaced here. Up top. Following the substitution, I kind of see Sydney Smith switching sides of the field now. She's on the near side, and Salzenstein's kind of more centralized as she's playing up top as the lone striker now. George Easter doing some tinkering to his formation and lineup in this one, as Salzenstein here could be through. Just missed the header a little bit. Does well to get back position if the team wins it again. Julia Stancato is going to come on. Really good win there by Honeycutt in the midfield. Sabo now back to goal, unable to really control the first touch. Steglitz now ball forward. Stancato is going to try to find Salzenstein, who's pushed off that one, but stays on this half of the field for a Detroit City FC throw-in. Right-footed ball into the box. Sydney Smith there. Claimed by Michaela Johnson, who was the tallest in the box on that one. Always going to fancy herself to leap up and grab that one. And just blast it forward as we've seen her do every time she's really had the ball. We'll say I've been to every UWS2 match here at Keyworth Stadium. Admirals using more subs and going out and coming back in than any of the team I've seen. Maybe has to do with the heat, but maybe that'll have an advantage as this match drags on and some of these Detroit City FC players get more tired out there. You see yet another substitution for them. Looks like it'll be Brittany Neuenhaus who's replaced. Sorry. Brinley Neuenhaus. Salzenstein back to goal. Good job there, taking a few touches. Finds Isabella Sabo. Cuts inside. Sabo plays. Unable to keep that one in was Kimberly Siebert. Bombing forward from that right wing back position. Creeping up on 30 minutes gone in this one. Still a 0-0 contest. Detroit City FC have carved out the better chances, but unable to capitalize on them. Not to say that, it hasn't been a close contest. I truly believe it has been. But if there's a goal in this one, it looks like it'll be from Detroit City FC as things stand right now. Hammond plays it forward. Sabo does well to turn and maintain possession. Sabo finds Steglitz. Steglitz running with her head up. Tries really hard to find the newly entered Julia Stancato from South Lyon, Michigan. Good header there. Not sure it's going to find anyone. Go out for another goal kick. Sun continuing to come down here at Keyworth Stadium. Pretty hot and humid one here today. Hot up here in the stands, the sort of the makeshift press box we're broadcasting from. It's got to be even hotter. About 10-15 degrees usually on that turf field. Steglitz there, really good job to win the ball back. Ball into the box. Sydney Smith's going to try to get on the end of this one. Takes a touch to keep it in, but too much speed on that one. Will go out for an Admirals throw in. Good close control there from the Admirals, who do well to keep it in. Just the ball there. JC Hacker trying to get something going quickly for her teammates, but unable to do it. It goes back for a Detroit City FC counterattack, kind of, as Steglitz does well to put it over her defender. Just unable to get on the end of it. Good pressure there from Steglitz to win the ball back. Salzenstein now finds Sabo. Salzenstein wanted the back. Smith now does well to turn inside. Puts it through the legs of her defender. Unable to do so. She had Carly Wagaski there on the ropes. But it's cleaned up by the Admirals back line. Grand Haven Admirals head coach has been coaching his side all match. Really wants them to clean up some of their play. Salzenstein there does really well. Just, again, unable to connect with that cheeky little back pass. Really clean match from both sides so far. As I say that, we see a foul there against the Grand Haven Admirals. Another substitute there for Detroit City FC. Sydney Smith trying to get on the end of this free kick. Headed down. Nearly kept in there by Stancato. kept possession there by Stancato. Kimberly Siebert gets it back to the center back who finds Sabo. Honeycutt now plays it forward. It's going to be fall to the feet of Sabo. Sabo finds Smith. Smith here looking to beat her defender again. This time not as lucky. Going to call it a foul against Sydney Smith there on Carly Wagaski, who will remember what happened to her last time she came up against Sydney Smith. Taylor Page is going to enter the match now for Detroit City FC. That substitution I talked about like 35, 40 seconds ago. Steglet's there. Takes advantage of the falling Admiral. Sabo. Forward now. Sydney Smith. Back to Sabo. He's going to do well to find Salzenstein, who takes a touch inside. Another touch. Right-footed ball into the box. Line judge on the far side is going to say that one went out for Grand Haven Admirals. Goal kick. You see another substitute here for the Grand Haven Admirals. Looks like number 4 might be making way. Of course, Hayden Trowbridge came on. Only played about 5 or 10 minutes there before being replaced. Jessica Kennedy, I believe that is, coming in for the Admirals. George Easter, the head coach for the Detroit City FC UWS2 side, but of course not alone. He's got Mami Yamaguchi over there, who's had a storied career in women's soccer. Of course, a ton of caps for the Japanese national team, handful of goals for them as well. You know, if you're a young women's soccer player, you know, who better to learn from than someone who's played at the top levels of the sport? Really just a great job by Detroit City FC. Shows their commitment to developing these players and, you know, sort of how big they are to attract a talent like that to join the coaching staff. Not only is she a coach, though, she also has played for the Detroit City FC UWS first team, actually scoring her first goal in Rouge and Gold against tonight's opponents for the first team, Lansing United, in their 6-1 victory at East Lansing Soccer Complex earlier in the season. George Easter readying another sub. Of course, this Detroit City FC roster, it is a talent pool, so a ton of fluidity between the UWS League 2 side and UWS first team. They all train together, so there's a conceivable path. You know, you impress in training, you impress in one of these games. You know, you could be expecting to be on the bench or start for the first team, which is really appealing to a lot of these players. Sort of the point of UWS2. We see a lot of teams have second. You know, Corktown has a UWS League 2 team. You know, of course, Detroit City FC does, so if you got the talent, you can work your way into that first team here. He's ball into the box. Grand Haven Admirals had a problem there. Detroit City FC didn't look too composed in clearing that one, but Hammond does well to dive down and get to it. Keep this ball game tied at 0. Nearly about 37 minutes into this one. Smith does well to win a few touches on this near side. Sloppy pass there from Honeycutt. See another Detroit City FC substitution getting readied over there on that far side. Stancato unable to muscle off the pressing Admirals player. Hammond forward, finding Mays, who finds Sabo. Sabo, going to see the run of Sydney Smith, elects to cut inside. Ball played forward. It's Salzenstein, almost one more bounce. She would have been through on goal. Stancato there tried to find Salzenstein. It was a pretty ambitious ball over the top. Too much speed on it, back into the hands of Michaela Johnson, who again drop kicks it forward. A few touches from Honeycutt before going back to Hammond. Sabo as well. Try to just flick it over the top to find Sydney Smith, unable to do so. It goes back the way of the Admirals, who try to find a ball past Mays. Going to be offside, says the near side line judge. First offsides of the day so far for the Admirals. George Easter, of course, also an assistant coach at the University of Michigan Dearborn and the head coach for the varsity women's soccer team at Waterford Mott High School. Continuing all those roles while also being the head coach here at Detroit City FC as two substitutes. Maybe just one substitute actually come on for Detroit City FC. Ball forward. Here Romeo on that far side does well. Finds Stancato. Tries to get it back to Romeo there. Romeo, though, pressing. Good touch there from the Admirals forward, but only as far as Kieran Mays. That was Phoebe Saunders, who did well and thought she could have been through there, had a better first touch, but a good touch considering the circumstances as Brooke Honeycutt bombs forward. Honeycutt just kind of blasts it, nearly found Stancato, who was making it on that far side. Steglitz now unable to be controlled by Stancato. Kept in play, though, by Julia Stancato, who puts her head up, beats her defender, plays a right-footed ball into the box. Right-footed effort goes off the elbow of the Admiral center back. It's Honeycutt again. Ball forward. Sydney Smith wins the header. Allison Steglitz there. Kind of bodied off the ball by Ellie Adams for the Admirals. Ball forward now. Steglitz. Forward. Sabo. Stancato is going to play a ball into the box. No one really in there for her. Goes out of play for Detroit City FC throw-in. Nearing the end of the first half in this one. Game's kind of slowed down a little bit. Saw a decent spell of chances for Detroit City FC within the 10, 15, 20-minute mark, but since then it's kind of been a match that's been played in the midfield. Admirals, though, here could have a break on. Unfortunate there as they had Madison Holloway, who had beaten Brooke Honeycutt on this near side, just unable to find her. Interception, though, from the Admirals. Edge of the area, left-footed ball in, cleared away. Sabo plays it up. Back to Sabo, good 1-2 there. Steglitz now finds Sabo again. Sabo is going to look up, see Sydney Smith making the run through. Takes a few bounces. Kayla Johnson runs over and says, I'll take care of this one. Picks it up. And will, again, look to just blast this one forward and hope one of her midfielders can win the first header and get something going for her side. Siebert there wins it. Romeo takes a touch. Gets it. Good job to get it back to Siebert. Siebert trying to find Stancato, unable to do so. Sabo, it was Sabo who stepped up. Honeycutt. Smith tried to flick it behind her and find Steglitz, who was making a run. Admirals forward now. Emily Olsen trying to find a ball in behind there that got her team a shot off. Just unable to put the right amount of speed on it. Hammond's going to have to run up to clear this one before she's pressed into a mistake there. It'll be a throw in for the Admirals on the near side. Can't imagine there'll be much stoppage time in this first half here. Only been a few fouls between either side. No goals. No penalties. Only one corner. Been a gorgeous couple of matches here for Detroit City FC. Not really. Rain not too much of a factor for the last couple of home games. Of course, our broadcast of the Michigan Stars Detroit City FC under 23s match the other week was cut short by a thunderstorm that rolled through. You guys missed a barn burner of a match there. That one ending 2-1 in the favor of Detroit City FC's men's under 23 side. Romeo now forward. I believe Stancata there would have been flagged for offside, but a good run she was making, except for being off, as Siebert does well to win that header. Ball played forward. Hammond's going to rally the troops and say she's got that one under control. All the chatter on the touchline so far has been the Grand Haven Admirals head coach. Haven't really heard much out of George Easter, who all things considered will be pretty happy with the way his side have played in the first half of this one. Slowed down a little bit, but I do feel like they've dominated the midfield. They're doing a really good job pressing and keeping the Admirals at bay here, but anything can happen as we see a ball coming into the box. A right-footed strike gets taken before Brooke Honeycutt's going to run over and just blast that one forward. Going to stay in for a while before bouncing out for an Admirals throw-in just past midfield. Good turn there, just really good job to keep the Admirals at bay. Ball into the area, cleared away by the Detroit City FC back line. Stancata now tries to find Steglitz. Allison Steglitz been heavily involved in this one, probably the most involved she's been in a match for Detroit City FC this season. Admirals try to work into the box there. It's Romeo who's going to pounce on it. They're going to say that's halftime here at Keyworth Stadium. It's been a 0-0 contest so far on this one. Detroit City FC, Grand Haven Admirals tied up at 0. We'll be back here for the second half from Keyworth Stadium. We won't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to Keyworth Stadium here for the second half of today's UWS League 2 encounter between Detroit City FC and the Grand Haven Admirals. The first half, pretty even contest. Detroit City FC found some chances in the first 10-15 minutes of that one, but then sort of fizzed out a little bit, and Admirals did well to hold them at bay. Match could go either way. You know, goals change games, and both sides will be looking to nick an early one here. Grand Haven Admirals made a ton of substitutions on and off in the first half. Looks like they're going to have a goalkeeper change. Don't really want to speak too soon on that one, but it looks like they're going to be changing who's between the sticks for him. Looks like Braley McCoy might be coming into this one, replacing Michaela Johnson. That was the last position that they had not subbed out in that first half, so doing it here at the start of the second. Referees having their final conversation. Grand Haven Admirals in their final huddle. Getting ready for a big second half for both teams here. The Admirals could use a win to sort of right the ship, give some more stability to their season, where Detroit City FC is looking, mentioned their first match in 18 days. So looking to come back with a win. About 3 or 4 matches left in their season. Still a hot and humid one here at Keyworth Stadium. A little bit of wind, but it's definitely not keeping the heat off the field. Detroit City FC getting in their places now. Of course, going to be kicking from left to right. Isabella Sabo is going to start this one off for Detroit City FC. Mayor Romeo staying out for the start of the second half. Was substituted in late in the first half. Referee getting ready to blow her whistle. And we are underway here at Keyworth Stadium for the second half of this UWS League 2 match. Detroit City FC starting out with this one, kicking from left to right. Going to go out of play for Detroit City FC throw-in. Sydney Smith looks like she's going to take it over there. Going to bounce it over to Brooke Honeycutt instead. Honeycutt throws it in. Honeycutt pushed off the ball. Romeo does well to track that one down. Find Allison Steglitz. Lillian Lucas now plays her right footed ball into the box. Sabo's through on goal, tucks it home, and Isabella Sabo early in this second half, really early, only about 35 seconds in, tucks it under the newly substituted Braley McCoy and gives Detroit City FC the 1-0 lead. It's exactly what they were looking for. George Easter's side now up and running, and any team talk that was given to the Grand Haven Admirals is going to be ripped up now, and they need to look for an equalizer. Great start to the second half for Detroit City FC. Really composed finish there from Isabella Sabo. And now, Grand Haven Admirals looking for something. That was a halftime plan there from George Easter's side. It was played perfectly executed, and Detroit City FC up and running now. Romeo now does well to win the ball back. Salzenstein gets onto it, plays a good ball forward to Romeo. See if she can keep it in on that far side. Does well to keep it in. Romeo right for the ball into the box. Played across, touched on, and nearly tucked home by Lillian Lucas to make it 2-0. Salzenstein now played forward. Sabo does well. Steglitz finds Romeo. Romeo back to Sabo, the goal scorer. Unable to get the shot off that time. Really, really great start to the second half for Detroit City FC. Can't really start a half any better than that. Honeycutt does well to win the ball back. They're going to say it was a foul in the midfield. Really Good stuff there from Detroit City FC. Free kick in an interesting position here. Not shooting territory at all, but good spot to maybe get the ball into the box, create some havoc in the mixer. Ask some sort of question going forward for the Admirals, which they've been lacking all day so far. Played up to the box now. Caught calmly. There. Looking to get something going right away. Ball played up now. Takes one bounce. Sabo there. Looking to get something. Sidney Smith looking to get on the end of it. It's going to be Honeycutt now that runs to pick up the pieces. Does well. Sidney Smith now has Sabo forward. Isabella Sabo does well to cut inside. Sabo takes a right-footed strike. Depth perception got the best of me. It'll hit the near side netting and go out for a goal kick for Grand Haven Admirals. Detroit City FC out of the locker room asking all the questions here. Looking lethal on the attack. Isabella Sabo looks a different player than she was in the first half. More playing in an advanced role. We saw her in that first half sort of tucked in behind the strikers, winning the balls in the midfield. But now we see her getting on the end of them and putting Grand Haven under some pressure. Foul in the midfield against Detroit City FC. Ball forward by the Admirals. Honeycutt leaves a foot out. It'll be a foul against her, and the Admirals win a free kick about 20 yards higher up the field than the last one was. Free kick to free kick here. Looks like it'll be Ellie Adams that's going to take this one. Nearly everybody up for this one except for two Admirals center backs being wary of a counterattack possibility here. Trying to get something into the box. Right-footed ball in. Touched on there by the Admirals. It was Jossie Hacker. Steglitz there unable to really corral that touch and clear it away. Now the Admirals have some sustained possession here in Detroit City FC's half. Tried to get the better of Mays. Right-footed strike goes off Steglitz. It'll go out for an Admirals throw in deep in Detroit City FC's half. Edge of the area. Steglitz does well to win the ball back there. Gonna say that was a foul against the Admirals. "50 minutes gone in this one. Detroit City FC, if you're just joining us, scored the opening goal a minute in to the second half. Less than a minute in the second half. It was Isabella Sabo who got on the end of a through ball by Allison Steglitz to tuck home under the Admirals goalkeeper. And that's the only goal in this one so far. Since then, super open contest. Ball played forward. Advantage given by the referee. Admirals forward pushed out wide. Going to be Honeycutt who was going to be fouled there. 50-50 like that really is down to the referee's discretion. And she says it was the Admirals forward. I believe that was number 5, Gracie Polson, who brought down Brooke Honeycutt in the box. It'll now go the way of Detroit City FC. Madison Salzenstein misses soccer, does well to cut inside. Just too much speed on that one. Wins it back, though, to Salzenstein. If she can keep this one in, she'll have Sabo and Sidney Smith in the box. Right-footed ball in. Cleared out. Steglitz there thought about pressing. Not going to push the issue, though, as Romeo doing well to press from that right-back position. Salzenstein thought about making a run at that one, but not enough space there as Braley McCoy collects it. Strike now only as far as Steglitz. Played forward. Unable to corral it there was Justine Bronkhorst. Sidney Smith pressing well. Earns her side a throw-in on the far side. Sidney Smith, Honeycutt, Lillian Lucas been a lethal combination so far for Detroit City FC. Sabo tried to keep that one in. They'll go out for a Detroit City FC corner, their second of the match. Ball into the box. Low to the ground. Lillian Lucas tried to find the end of that one. It's going to be Salzenstein. Mays now forward to Sabo, the goal scorer. Does well with her back to goal to find Smith. Smith right-footed ball in. Steglitz there looking to pounce on that one, but collected by McCoy. Wind starting to pick up a little bit here at Keyworth Stadium. A nice breeze coming over the field. Romeo plays it forward to Steglitz. Steglitz's been Detroit City FC's one of the best players for them so far here today. Putting an absolute shift in that midfield. Believe she got the assist for the goal as well. Excellent through ball to Sabo. Throw in. Romeo does well to intercept the throw in. Admiral should have keep that one in and find something going on the overlapping run from the fullback. See a substitution here for Detroit City FC. It looks like number 42, Karen Mays, is going to be replaced. Believe that'll be by number 46, Kimberly Siebert. Could be wrong, though. Steglitz now. Sabo. Sorry, that was Kimberly Siebert there, just on the field. Gets a touch. Steglitz now. Good ball to find Honeycutt. Honeycutt cutting into the box. Right-footed strike. Finds nearly there to tuck it home was Salzenstein. A really great ball there by Honeycutt. Nearly played in Salzenstein for her first goal in her very first ever appearance for Detroit City FC. Really well-worked play there from LaRouge, just unable to capitalize on it. But George Easter will like what he's seen out of that one. Ball now. Sabo does well to touch it forward. Still maintains possession for Detroit City FC. Bounces a few times in the box. Gets it to Steglitz. Left-footed effort. Flashes just wide of the goal. It'll be a goal kick now for the Admirals. Detroit City FC's had more chances in this first 10 minutes of the second half than, frankly, the Admirals have had all match. We heard a lot of coaching on the sidelines from the Admirals in the first half. A lot of instructions being barked at them, and going to see more of that as the second half picks up, especially if things keep up going the way they are. It's the 12th goal of the season conceded by the Admirals. Not too bad of a defensive record considering games they've played, but they got to score more. Salzenstein there tried to get ambitious with that one. She'll want that volley attempt back from the ball in by Honeycutt. We see 5 substitutes now coming in for the Admirals, the entire half of the outfield team. I mentioned before in the first half, rolling substitutions here in UWS League 2 can come off and come back on. Very similar to college soccer here in the United States. Ball played forward now. Going to be a free kick to the Admirals. Katia Murphy did well to win the header, though, on that one. More fans starting to trickle in here as Keyworth Stadium gets ready to host the finale of the Detroit City FC UWS first team season against Lansing United tonight at 7:30. Salzenstein really involved for her first ever appearance for Detroit City FC. On the ball again here. Tries to find Sabo, just unable to do so. Romeo there. Laid off. Good job. Ball blasted forward. Sort of a clearance there. Maybe would have been lucky to find a teammate, but more so of a clearance. 57.5 minutes gone. Today's contest. Honeycutt rises to that one. A few composed touches there from Smith. Forward now. Romeo there, staying strong. It's like Sabo's going to try to get in the end of this one. Referee had his flag up on the near side. If she would have gotten there, it would have been flagged as off. Admirals, though, have numbers forward here. Left-footed ball into the box. Played in. Goes past everybody. Tries to get on the end of it. Admirals forward, but cleared away. That was a really well-crafted ball into the box there by Madison Holloway. Ted Schumacher, the in-stadium PA announcer, gives a shout-out to Brooke Honeycutt, who's celebrating her birthday today, the Oakland University Golden Grizzly. Birthday to Brooke Honeycutt. Ted Schumacher again showing why he's the best in the business in terms of in-stadium PA announcers. Good touch there by Lillian Lucas to get Romeo involved in that one. Saldenstein was ready to be on the turn there, but really strong defensive effort there by Lauren Peterson. Romeo throwing it in. Sabo does well to rise to it. Every time they head it up like that, they kind of lose it in the sun with how little cloud coverage there is today at Keyworth Stadium. Feels like a high UV index day as well. Honeycutt wins the ball back. The Admirals now committing bodies forward. Good ball to the wingback. It's going to be chased down, though, by Kimberly Siebert. She's going to watch this one go out of play for a Detroit City FC throw-in. Start to see more of that here as we enter the final 30 minutes. Just Admirals looking to find a goal. They're going to have to commit more bodies forward, which in turn could open them up at the back. George Easter knows that. It's kind of the way Detroit City FC found a lot of their goals against AFC Plymouth. Once Plymouth conceded one, they had to commit bodies forward to find something, and that opened them up at the back. And Detroit City FC took advantage, looking to do the same here today. One back there in the midfield, not cleanly, says the referee. It'll be a free kick to the Grand Haven Admirals. Ball played forward. Grand Haven Admirals head coach reminding his team that they're down a goal. Surely the signal for them to press forward, commit more bodies forward in the midfield. He knows how that's a double-edged sword, though, and he'll hope his team's aware of that as well. Smith does well. Finds Honeycutt, who does a really good job. High intensity from Honeycutt there. Salzenstein staying involved. Lillian Lucas finds Romeo. Finds Steglitz now. Steglitz looking forward. Has Sabo in. Just unable to shape the ball past the Admiral center back. Romeo does well to read the situation. Keep the ball in play for a throw-in for her side. Said in the first half, it was really close, but I thought LaRouge dominated in the midfield. We're seeing that sort of to the nth degree here in the second half. Not only are they controlling the midfield now, they're actually creating scoring chances. And the first one of the half they created, they scored. Good efficiency there as Sydney Smith loses the ball in the midfield, tries to win it back. It's going to be got to first by Detroit City FC. It'll go out. Looks like it'll be for a Grand Haven Admirals throw-in. Other referee on the far side says otherwise. Detroit City FC throw-in. Kimberly Siebert's going to run over there to take it, I believe, or Brooke Honeycutt. I believe Siebert's just going to get the ball for her. The only ball kid on that side is currently at the midfield. Plus it wastes a little bit more time, which good gamesmanship there from Detroit City FC's side. Throw in now again to Detroit City FC, about 5 or 6 yards further advanced than they were on that last one. Played forward, headed on. Headed out of play by Sydney Smith there. Sydney Smith from Canton, Michigan. Again, Mentioned that first half, she's a Western Michigan University Bronco. Played 104 minutes there last season. For Detroit City FC compatriot. Madison Salzenstein, of course, committing there. And speaking of which, she's through on goal here. Good 1-2 there. Salzenstein here through on goal. Going to take a right-footed strike, unable. She was going to take a right-footed strike had she been able to get on the end of it. And it's back into the hands of McCoy. But yeah, she's going to be a little bit easier for her to adapt to her squad out there in Kalamazoo, having played with Sydney Smith this summer. Headed on. Lillian Lucas now finds Steglitz. Sabo back to goal. Gets it back to Steglitz. Really well to spread the play out. Sydney Smith going to say she was offsides. I don't know if she was. For me, and we don't have the best view of it, but to me, she had to run past the Admirals right back, so not really sure if she was offside when the ball was played, but that's why the line judge has the final say, and I have none. Going to be another substitution here for both sides. I believe that's maybe Tori Singstock over there for Detroit City FC, getting ready to come in for her first appearance in the second half. Good ball forward there. Lillian Lucas battling in that midfield as she's done all day when she's been on the field. Ball played forward. Kimberly Siebert's going to have to run and put out that fire. Good defending there, edge of the area. Siebert does really well to win the ball back and find Steglitz, who plays a 1-2 with Siebert. Back to goal, Sabo. Has Lillian Lucas up with her. Ball over the top. That's going to be Sydney Smith there if she can get on the end of it. Does well to corral that one in. Has Salzenstein, Sabo in the box. Smith there just lets it run a little bit too far past her. It'll be a goal kick now to the Grand Haven Admirals, and looks like these substitutions will now take place. Madison Salzenstein coming off. Going to make way for Tori Singstock. Really involved cameo in the second half from Salzenstein, who's, if that's the last time she's on the field, and really covered herself in glory in her first ever appearance for Detroit City FC. Had that really good chance off that volley attempt when the ball was played in by Brooke Honeycutt. Going to want that one back. Going to be a foul in the midfield against the Admirals. Right-footed ball in. Rising up to it was Smith. Steglitz take a right-footed effort. Take a right-footed effort like that in the box on a volley from a free kick. It always going to make the keeper question a little bit her stance, where she's at in goal, if her feet are planted or not. But that one just kind of flashes across the face of goal and goes out for a goal kick. We see another Grand Haven Admirals sub here. Taking advantage of this substitution situation that UWS League 2 offers. Good job there by Carly Wagasky. Going to go out for a throw-in for Detroit City FC. Most of the second half has been played in the half of the Grand Haven Admirals. That's credit to Detroit City FC's attacking prowess as well as their midfield pressure. Smith, few touches, edge of the area, goes down. They're going to say that was a foul against Detroit City FC. A yellow card, too, has been issued to the Grand Haven Admirals defender. Not really sure who that was yet. Not really the best angle we've got over here. Where this free kick's located, you're going to think that Detroit City FC is basically going to treat this as a corner. It's nearly on the goal line and just a little bit more advanced as a corner, so you got to put a little bit less juice on it. Creeping up on 68 minutes gone. Referee making sure she's satisfied with what she sees in the box. Corner, free kick, coming in. Played low, tried to be fancy with that one. Might cost him there, but Kimberly Siebert does really well to out-muscle Justine Brockenhorst. Unlucky touch there, forward. Good job to keep play alive. Sydney Smith plays Sabo through. Isabella Sabo, right-footed effort. Never really struck the ball cleanly on that one. It was a really good job by Sabo to break that Grand Haven Admirals back line. Just unable to get the cleanest strike on it. She's had 2 substitution appearances for the Detroit City FC women's first team so far this season, so she's obviously impressed in training, impressed in her appearances for this UWS2 side to get Sam Pirani's attention. And she's definitely been impressive so far in this one. Scored the goal early in the second half and has looked threatening ever since. Sydney Smith, well-defined Steglitz. Steglitz has Sabo. She also had Sabo wins it back. Singstock plays it across. Ball played forward, outside to Honeycutt. Katia Murphy is the one who found Honeycutt. Right for the ball in. Gets blocked away. Out for a Detroit City FC throw-in again in the Grand Haven Admirals half. Smith, Steglitz now, edge of the area. Ball played, tried to find someone in the box. They're going to say it was a handball. It'll be a free kick in a very dangerous position for Detroit City FC here. This is a decent position for a shot here if you got a really good free kick specialist. It looks to be Isabella Sabo who's going to fancy this one. It's going to be the right-footed strike here. Good area if you can get it up and down over the wall. McCoy's going to be parking at her wall, referee. So let's get on with it. Sabo here, right-footed strike over the wall. Took a touch. Gonna say it's gonna be a goal kick. Got the ball up over the wall. Started to come down a little bit, just not enough, and it goes out for a goal kick. We see 3 more substitutions here for the Grand Haven Admirals. Into the final 20 minutes now. Detroit City FC enjoying a 1-0 lead. It's been all them so far in this second half. Forward now, Lillian Lucas. Singstock does well to turn. He's going to find the run of Honeycutt, who's overlapping on the far side. Dribbling into the area, left-footed ball into the box by Honeycutt, just over everybody, including that goalkeeper and the net. And it goes out for a Detroit City FC goal, Grand Haven Admirals goal kick. Said it a few times so far this match, the first of a doubleheader here at Keyworth Stadium today. Good turn there by Sydney Smith. Ball played forward. Sabo trying to get on the end of that one. Handball there against the Admirals. Be another free kick to Detroit City FC. Kimberly Siebert taking this free kick from a deeper position. Grand Haven Admirals still getting a wall together, though. Detroit City FC going to see that as an advantage. A situation maybe to play a ball into the box. Ball played in. Headed on. Sabo. Scramble in front of the goal. It's going to find its way into the back of the net. Detroit City FC get their second. I believe that was Lillian Lucas who got the final touch on it. It was a scramble in the box. Good ball in from Kimberly Siebert. Took a few bounces. I believe Lillian Lucas tucked that one home. Just got final word that it was Lillian Lucas who tucked it home. Of course, mentioned before in the first half, she scored the first ever goal for the Detroit City FC women's team at Keyworth Stadium against Lansing United last year in the Keyworth Showcase. Keyworth Showcase was a welcome event. You know, the pandemic, the coronavirus, we were worried that we weren't going to see the Detroit City FC women's team take the field, and it was supposed to be their first ever year. But a few teams got together and said, hey, let's play a few matches at Keyworth Stadium. And it was really well received by the fans. Detroit City FC winning that match against Lansing United, and they'll hope to do the same tonight against Lansing United. Singstock there does well. It's a 2-0 ball game now for Detroit City FC. They're a little bit more comfortable in this one. The Admirals are going to have to open up here if they want to get anything out of this one. Singstock's through. Found as their right-footed ball across. Tried to find somebody. That doesn't really look like a shot to me. It'll be a corner, it looks like, for Detroit City FC. Good ball into the box by Kimberly Siebert to create that opportunity. Looks like 2 more substitutions here for Detroit City FC. You're going to wait till maybe after the corner to make those official. Corner now, left-footed ball in. Rising to it. Lillian Lucas tried to get something going there. Ball blasted forward. Kimberly Siebert there, putting out that fire, playing the ball. Back to the Admirals back line. Ball played over the top. Siebert again. Really composed. Honeycutt now on this near side. Sabo, the player who opened the scoring for Detroit City FC. Her goal currently the winner in this one. They find themselves 2-0 up here with about 15 minutes left before stoppage time. Looks like Maya Romeo is going to make way, as well as Isabella Sabo. To an applause from nearly everyone in the stadium. Throw in for the Admirals in their own half on this near side. Adriana Moraz enters the field. Started this game, but back out there now, replacing Isabella Sabo. Honeycutt forward, but only as far as McCoy. Julia Stancato also makes her way back into the match for Maya Romeo. Julia Stancato, South Lyon, Michigan, Siena Heights University. Coming up big every time George Easter needs her to. Been a crucial part of this Detroit City FC UWS2 side so far this season. This team has a lot of fight in it. We saw that against Corktown, a prime example of that. They were, I don't want to say dominated. They weren't dominated in that one. They were just outplayed for most of that, but still dug deep and did well to find a draw with 2 excellent strikes by Hannah Becker and Brooke Honeycutt. Nearly a interesting flick on there by Morose. Out for the Singstock shot. No guesses for what the Grand Haven Admirals are trying to do on goal kicks and opportunities like that. Sydney Smith there, unable to win back possession. Does well too that time. Pushed off the ball. They're going to say that was clean, and she seems to be on the ground with an injury. That one's going to go out of play. She gets back up to Sydney Smith, though, just about midfield. See Sam Pirani down there on the touchline. I mentioned this is a player pool. This is a really fluid roster between these two sides. Of course, Sam Pirani has got his own match to coach tonight against Lansing United, but quick substitution there. Is Sydney Smith able to come off after that injury? That's hopefully just precautionary, but anyway, that opens the door for Madison Salzenstein to come back into this one. The wind starts to pick up a little bit here at Keyworth Stadium. A welcome breeze to everyone here. Fans, players, production staff alike. Ball played forward. Salzenstein, good touch in the midfield to bring that one down by Salzenstein. Mirage tried to play a dummy on that one. Ball forward, though, to Singstock. Singstock does well to cut inside. Mirage now does well to beat the center back. Right-footed ball. Looking for something by the referee there. Goes to the ground against the goalkeeper. It's going to... Nothing doing there. Looking for an appeal by the referee. Brooke Honeycutt does well to win the ball back. Morose wanted to press on that one. Probably could have a little bit, but maybe if it was a 0-0 ball game or if they were down, maybe we would have seen a more intense press there. But no worries. 2-0 up. 2-0 to the good. As we enter the final 10 minutes of this match, nearly. Kimberly Siebert does well to rise to that one. No Natalie Graff in this team today. No Gabby Tremonti that sort of anchors this Detroit City FC UWS2 back line. Good touch there by Salzenstein. Slingstock unable to really control and corral that one to break her team forward. Taylor Page as well to play that one up. Murphy finds Singstock. Singstock dribbles inside. Gonna find Steglitz now. Steglitz cuts in. Left-footed effort from Steglitz. That was actually a pass to Salzenstein. Now it's Singstock in the area. Dribbling in. Left-footed effort coming in by Singstock. Hits the football goalpost and goes out for a Grand Haven Admirals goal kick. Singstock's done really well in those tight positions to try to get a shot off. We saw it a few times in the first half. First time we've seen it here in the second. Just so lethal, creating space for herself to get the shot off. Usually does a really good job finishing them. Honeycutt. Morose. Back to Honeycutt. Touches inside. Pushed off the ball there. Salzenstein first to it. Good touch there by Salzenstein. Finds Morose. Morose cuts inside. Left-footed ball in. Goes across everybody. And a right-footed shot comes in. That was Julia Stancato. Never really got control of that one. And goes out for a Grand Haven Admirals goal kick. Back on YouTube here tomorrow for the Detroit City FC men's under-23s match against BIH Grand Rapids. That's a pretty big match in terms of table implications in the Midwest Premier League, so be sure to tune into that one to pre-game the Euro 2020 final, perhaps. Good win there in the midfield by Lillian Lucas, the goal scorer of Detroit City FC's second goal. Singstock try to get something going past the Admirals center back. Touch forward now. Steglitz. Back to Kimberly Siebert. On the call for that Detroit City FC under-23s match will be myself, Jared Mackey, and Chris Mills, making his debut on the Detroit City FC under-23s broadcast. Still about 9 minutes left in this one, all things considered. Probably 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time left in this one once we get to the 90 minutes. Good, clean tackle there. Detroit City FC now looking to break. Steglitz now. Tries to find Morose, who was trying to do a really good job peeling off the back there of Brinley Neuenhaus. Just guessing on that last name, folks. Throw in now for Detroit City FC as we see 4 more subs getting ready to come on for the Admirals. We saw them earlier in the second half change half of their outfield players, and now looks like we got 4 of them coming back in. I'd hate to be a commentator in a match where stuff like that happens. Forward now. Steglitz does well. Morose just beaten to it there by Justine Bronkhorst. High day for the UV index here at Keyworth Stadium. This, like I've said before, first of 2 matches in a doubleheader here. So Detroit City FC UWS first team takes on Lansing United. Catch that one on Michigan statewide broadcast on TV 20 affiliates or on YouTube if you're not in the state of Michigan. Steglet there tried to win that one back in the midfield. Honeycutt doing really well to stay strong on that one. Intercepted there by Moreau. Honeycutt's going to get to it. Honeycutt tried to beat 2 of the Admirals' midfielders. Lost out there to Gracie Polson. Singstock back to goal. 1 touch, plays it in. Win back by Salzenstein. Right foot effort by Salzenstein. Takes a deflection and into the hands of McCoy. Think about summer soccer and leagues like this. We saw it a lot with, over the last couple of years with the Detroit City FC NPSL side. Just players got to go back to school. They got to go back early. They got, late summer vacations, all these things. You see players who really didn't get a lot of minutes in the heart of the season, start of the season, really start to come in and have to make an impact in their teams to help out any way they can. Maybe that'll be the case with some of these players. A lot of them out here for the first time tonight, including Salzenstein, Siebert, players like this who will look to make an impact in these final 3 or 4 games for the Detroit City FC UWS League 2 side. Steglitz does really well there in the midfield. Siebert across to Taylor Page. Steglitz there, really, really impressive so far today. Honeycutt, a rare giveaway there from her. Going to be a throw into the Admirals right about midfield. 85 minutes gone in this one. Played forward. Taylor Page just well to find Hammond, who blasts it upfield. Steglitz, really good job to play it over the top. Salzenstein showing her pace there, tried to win it off McCoy, who's out to lunch on that one. Really far outside of her box. Siebert lets it run by her and then knows she has the pace and the wherewithal to get it back to Hammond, who's going to, again, blast it forward. Going to find Moreau's here. Takes 2 touches, but we're getting it back to Honeycutt, who just blasts it forward. Detroit City FC here under no pressure, really. They know they got a 2-0 lead late in the ball game. Really been a controlling presence all day for them. Singstock. Good turn there by Singstock. Plays it across to Kimberly Siebert, who took that free kick that led to the second Detroit City FC goal. Tucked home by Lillian Lucas. Siebert again. Back to Page. Mentioned that match on July 6th in Anchor Bay. That was delayed after the first minute. Still no word on if that match is going to get continued, where it's going to be continued. Looking at this Detroit City FC performance, though, you wouldn't really guess they hadn't played a match in 18 days. No signs of rust, no signs of, forgetting the system. Like I said, they had been training that whole time. Training sessions, just the nature of them, with this being a talent pool, a roster pool, very competitive as they all look. They know that if they impress in training, impress in some of these reserve side games, they can make Sam Pirani think, maybe they deserve a shot in the first team. Training sessions, really, really competitive. Salzenstein tried to get that one to Singstock there. Just a little miscommunication. Admirals now committing bodies forward, looking to get a goal maybe for the road. Make the bus ride back a little bit more fun. Lucas forward. Good job there. Stancato. Siebert. Lucas. Back to Stancato. Salzenstein, that'll go out for throw in. Creeping up, 88 minutes now, 2 minutes away from stoppage time in the second half. Detroit City FC comfortably 2-0 up here at Keyworth Stadium. The goals both coming in the second half. The first one nearly less than a minute after coming out of that half break. That was Isabella Sabo, who did well to get on the end of a through ball, tuck it home neatly past Grand Haven Admirals goalkeeper. And then about 15, 20 minutes later, it was Lillian Lucas who tucked home after a scramble in the box with a free kick coming in by Kimberly Siebert. But now Honeycutt on the near side has some space, has bodies in the box, left-footed ball in, cleared up, not nearly as far away as she would have liked. Headed down, tried to get the shot off there. Another shot comes off, going to go just over the bar and hit, again, the football goal post. It'll be a goal kick to the Grand Haven Admirals. Detroit City FC pretty comfortable in this one. 6 shots on goal for them in this one, scoring 2 of them, of course. And Admirals only really have 2 shots on goal. Been a quiet day in net for Sarah Hammond for Detroit City FC. Tried to find Salton Seniors making a run was Moreau, unable to do so. Ball's going to stay in there, kept in by Jessica Kennedy. Going to go out for a Detroit City FC throw-in. Really just composed defensive effort here from Detroit City FC. Not saying I'm surprised by it, but losing Graff and Tremonti, who won in the 18 today, you know, they've kind of been the pillars of this Detroit City FC defense. So whenever you can replace them like that and come out this strong defensively, it's going to make George Easter very happy. And that entire coaching staff. So we're in the 90th minute now. Looks like one of the match is going to go to the person who opened the goal scoring for us here at Keyworth Stadium. Ball played down the touchline. It'll go out for a goal kick. Can't imagine there's going to be too much stoppage time here. Interesting to see here how much stoppage time truly is given. And that'll be it. That'll be 3 bugs of the whistle. And that'll be the end of this match here at Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC defeating the Grand Haven Admirals 2-0. Isabella Sabo officially given the woman of the match, opening the scoring here at Keyworth Stadium. Be 3 more points for George Easter's Detroit City FC side against the Grand Haven Admirals here. Really comfortable performance all day from them. Appreciate you watching here on YouTube. I've been Jarrett Mackey. Appreciate the production side here making me look good and sound good. We are back here on YouTube broadcast tomorrow for Detroit City FC men's under-23 side match against BIH Grand Rapids. I've been Jarrett Mackey. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, of course. If you're around, tune in to tonight's Detroit City FC UWS first team match against Langston United. That kickoff's at 7:30. Be Neil Rule and John Krieger on the broadcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.